We are on dual side, the last map, and this best of 3. The right side we have in the red color our Protoss player for Team Prime, able to secure victory on the last map.
Creator Prime.
Winning on Antigua, he ties the series against his opponent. It is 1 against 1. And we have the third map, the deciding map in this best of 3. Who is going to advance in Code A? Is it going to be Creator or is it going to be the Terran player starting in the left of the 2-player map? Starting in the blue.
Complexity Nada.
It's going to be very, very interesting. I want to know what Nada is going to do against Creator.
Me too. We saw in that that brief shot of Nada, I feel like you could see his breathing there, just like he's trying to calm himself down. There definitely is some emotion there.
The map win rate for Nada. This is not his best map.
That's very true, actually.
0 wins, 7 games, and not a single win.
That's pretty crazy.
That is really bad. Wow. That is definitely not what I expected when we just saw the overlay popping up.
2 racks coming out here for Nada. And
without proxy.
No proxy. And a gas going down.
I'm just baffled by those statistics.
Yeah, I'm thinking about that myself as well. One statistic, or not statistic, but some information I recently did obtain in between games is that I forgot about this, but in the opening cinematic for the teaser for StarCraft 2, Tychus Finley does have a military standard buzz cut. Thank you, Twitter, for reminding me of this.
Thank God that we cleared this up. That would have been so many sleepless nights for me, but finally I can rest peacefully.
Well, I have another question for you though, Calder. Do Zealots have hair? What is that thing that comes out of their head?
Once again, I don't want to know.
Nada makes a tech lab on his second barracks. Looks like he wants to be aggressive here as he expands. This is an older school build. 2 racks is a very popular build in the foreign scene, actually, but not so much in Korea. Hardly anyone does 2 racks builds. This is the map to 2 racks on, though.
But the thing is, if you go for a 2 racks, why would you show it? Why would you just not try to at least hide one of the barracks a little bit?
It may be Nada's way of making sure Creator doesn't get a fast Nexus. He might not feel comfortable playing against that, so he might be trying to make Creator alter his build based on what he's seen. And the barracks being close to his ramp means it can rally quicker, so I think that might be part of it. And Creator he doesn't care, man, he's going to make that Nexus. You can hold 2 racks pressure with 1 gate. It's not easy, though.
And with only... he cancels the second sentry and starts a Stalker. That's exactly what he needs to do.
There may be a bunker here, though, and he needs to pull the sentry back. That was close. I like that he didn't just drop a force field there. He's got to cancel.
He has to.
Frustrating situation here for Creator. Nice force field, though.
Oh, there's the Stalker in the back. 2 Stalkers.
Wow, he was able to save the Stalker. That is incredible.
No, he is not.
Well, he should have saved it.
Yeah, he should have saved it, but then he just completely forgot about it. And no force field. He's going into the main base, and Creator has to pull probes. Losing mining time already, getting pressured by his opponent. The second Stalker is about to pop.
He's waiting for that force field energy. He wants to trap these units on the ramp, then use the probes for melee attack.
Oh my god, if he loses the gateway, Wolf.
He will get one more warp in for sure. If he uses it now, there he goes, getting a sentry. No, getting a zealot.
It dies, the gate dies. This is so much pressure by Nada right now, and Creator Prime is in a lot of trouble, but I have to give it to Nada. He is not overextending.
Yeah, he goes home, and that means that there's no way for Creator to get back at him. There's no way for him to punish him in any way.
He's ahead in probes, though, 30 against 24, if I saw that correctly.
Well, here's the thing, Keldor. Each mule is worth about 6 SCVs, so they're pretty much even on economy, and Nada has a command center that's 2/3 of the way done. Things looking bad for Creator. He lost 100 minerals on the cancel of the Nexus. That's why his production was later.
He lost the gate, lost the Stalker.
Yeah,
he lost mining time.
A lot. I mean, I think we covered it all now, but yeah, he lost a lot, man. was able to keep his army alive, though. That is very crucial. He was very patient with that engagement. The only real mistake I feel was his Stalker control, the Stalker on the low ground. He did lose that. The reason why is he was trying to get some free shots off with his army on the top, and he just mismicroed slightly for a second, but I was impressed. I like Nada's factory timing here. This is one thing that 2-Rex really grants, is you can get that factory up very early, and that gives you a lot of drop possibilities, a lot of drop opportunities in the mid-game. When your opponent, especially if he's got a delayed Nexus like this, it's pretty tough to defend.
He's going for the Nexus now. We already have the starport being built for Nada. He has his second orbital ready. Not placing it until the low ground so far, just making use of the second one. Oh, there it is.
Well, he's making Immortals now because he feels a little bit concerned about the possibility of some more pressure coming through here. It is going to come, but Nada does not have enough units to really hit this hard again. He's going to scout how many sentries there are and back off for sure. He gets his first glimpse of the natural now, and he's like, oh, that's still a lot of units. It does allow him to know that there's definitely a group of units somewhere on the map that's too small of an army.
He needs to be careful because Nada just proved in the last 2 games that he is really paying attention to the map and that he knows when there's an observer. So if Raider Prime wants to keep this observer, he should definitely try to dodge the units this time, or maybe just position it somewhere.
Yeah, absolutely. You're exactly right. And speaking of which,
there it is. 1 scan and the observer is down.
Nada is so good about cleaning up those observers. 3rd barracks going down. It's so unusual to see a Korean do this build, but Nada is doing it well, and I'm so impressed with how he's been able to control the map. He's going to attack.
He's going to drop and attack.
Yeah. He's going to do 2 prongs. Dual Sight is a map that's difficult to defend this.
And that's the drop into the main base.
He knows creators struggle to deal with drops in the past.
The whole army moves toward the base.
He's going to target the Nexus at the natural, I believe. Yeah, he's targeting it. Oh man, Creator cannot deal with this. Oh, he targets the wrong medevac. The Nexus goes down.
Yeah, the Nexus dies, and so do a few units. The Zealot is dead, and this is 1 base against 2. We have +1 attack and Blink coming up, but Nada with Combat Shield, with Stim, +1 attack on its way. More medevacs. Looking really, really good now.
If Creator had killed the medevac with the units in it, he would have a timing now where he has more units than Nada and he could possibly attack and kill him. Now what's Creator going to do? If he sits back and waits for this Nexus to remake, then he loses. If he attacks, he probably doesn't have enough units and he loses. So what does he do? Another scan kills another observer. I have to say Creator is kind of falling apart here. He's not even... In both these games, in fact in all 3 games, he just never bothered to control his observers properly, and Nada's just been getting them for free.
That's the one thing that I completely agree with you. He is just not paying attention to his observers at all, and by now he should have learned that Nada is paying attention. So,
well, I mean, like if he's not going to watch his observers enough to see that, then like what is he even using the observers for? What's he even seeing? I mean, he's clearly not looking. Anyway, we're going to see a pretty big attack here. I think Nada's actually just going to pick off units on the edge. Well, actually, he's going to even commit to the drop.
He's dropping into the base. That's not enough.
Not enough at all.
Here they are, the drop into the main base. Once again, the army of Raider Prime needs to get back into the base. That's exactly what he does. At the same time, with the 3rd base being built for Nada, and he is just going for taking down the sentries, nearly all of them at the bottom. A small force trying to repel the 2nd attack, but Nada is doing so much damage. Raider Prime calls it a day. GG's out, and Nada advances.
Oh, he's showing his complexity shirt. And Creator looking very disappointed. Obviously, we saw he was nervous before the game, and he did not show an understanding. I mean, he has it. I've seen him do it before, but today, his weak point seemed to be drop defense. It just seemed to be he could not handle the drop defense. Even though he won on Antigua, the reason he was so behind at certain stages of that game were because he could not deal with the drops appropriately. He just didn't know what to do. And that game on Dual Sight, I mean, he looked terrible against those drops.
He made the mistake that we've seen so often. As soon as the drop hit his main base, he took his whole entire army and walked into this main base, and he didn't even realize that his expansion was attacked.
Yeah.
He didn't even realize that there was a second army attacking his nexus.
He should have known because he sent the observer in to see, and he saw the army size was small, so he should have known there was a secondary army somewhere on the map. And that was another thing. He just was not as conscious about his observers as he should have been. So, anyway, we're going to see Nada's going to take on the winner of Maru versus Happy, so that game series is not over yet. So, since that's playing right now, you can actually go and tune in on the B stream if you have the premium service. If you've got the VODs, go tune into that right now and watch it. Smoltrap's over there casting it, so if you're interested in that, you can always just watch the VODs later if you want to continue to hear our thoughts on that last game. I feel like Nada, he even showed, like you said, he showed the 2 racks, but he was so comfortable and confident with it. He threw Creator off. Creator's like, it's dual sight, and you could see in Creator's eyes that he was just not comfortable with the map.
We got a quick upgrade. Maru Prime apparently just won the game.
That is not what I expected to hear. 2-1, he came over Happy, and
I kind of expected it after his performance in the KSL. I saw his matches against Moro, and I was really surprised at how well he did, although Moro made a couple of mistakes that cost him the game.
Yeah.
But the next day, this all-kill against StarTale in the KSL was just so impressive.
That's right.
He took down Bomber, he took down 6 players in a row, and from that point on, I was just baffled. I was like, wow, this guy is
the kid's
so
got
good.
talent, man.
Yeah, he definitely does. He's 14.
Yeah.
14 years old.
He's definitely got a lot of talent. I'm really excited to see what he can do. I mean, I remember when I watched him play against Sella and open Season 1 of GSL, I was like, I don't know about this guy, but clearly he's been training. I talked to him, I actually interviewed him once, and he told me that he was considering, dropping out of school entirely and making pro gaming his life. That's really what he plans on doing, and if he commits to it and he's already got this much talent, he's got so much ahead of him.
Alright, guys. I didn't just catch that from the
Well, I think we're going to take a look at our results.
Yep, we do. So all of you guys who are spoiler afraid should now turn the stream off, I guess. But here we go. StarTale Squirtle against Inca. He takes it with 2-1. Yu-Gi-Oh! Loses to StarTale Virus, even though he looked pretty good in the first game. The best of 3 series goes to the StarTale players, so Slayers with a little bit of an upset. Brown losing to Killer. Another addition for complexity, and Maru Prime, as we just discussed, was able to take down I Am Happy. Some very interesting results.
Some upsets in there for sure.
Yeah.
And here are, of course, today's results for us. Xenio looking pretty dominant against Pung Pung. Alicia not faring so well against SC. And then lastly, a pretty close series between Ace and Keen. Keen edging things out in the final game. And the same could be said of Creator against Nada. Nada, in the 2 games he won against Creator with just superior drop play that Creator did not know how to deal with.
Yeah, completely right, Wolf. That was exactly what it came down to. And
we're going to take a look at our matches for next week. Here they are. Sniper against MVP, a tough road for Sniper. The STC against Curious, that should be a good match. Seed against Lenok, tough for Seed, man. And Avenge against Oz. Of course, Avenge is a player who's been kind of up and coming recently with Protoss. Oz is really good at PvP, and Oz, of course, being in Code A is a little bit unusual for him, but all he has to do is win this one to get back into Code S, so that should be an exciting match to watch as well. So that should be a good day.
Yeah, I actually think the 2 of us are casting together, aren't we?
Yeah, I believe so. So make sure you turn into that. It's going to be next week on the 28th of February. And of course, on that same, actually that will be the only matches that day because we've narrowed things down a little bit. And then on the next Wednesday, we'll have obviously the results of all the matches we just had today. We'll form that bracket as you guys have been seeing throughout the night. I'm not going to read those out to you, but so yeah, make sure you tune in next Tuesday for that. It's going to be awesome. And tomorrow we have Code S. It's going to be pretty good. Pretty good.
Yeah, some really good games coming up, and that's it for today, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, we had some really nice games, some really impressive moves, especially the Nada games against Creator were really nice to watch, even though the drop defense, as Wolf pointed out, was not the best for Creator today. Maybe next time.
Next time.
Well, certainly hope that you enjoyed the show, and that's it for today.
Yeah, see you guys next time.
Thinking I belong there, I figured it made sense.